Luther King Jr. was born on January 15, 1929, in Atlanta, Georgia. He was raised alongside in his family with one brother and one sister. Martin Luther King Jr. worked very hard in his lifetime to become equal with women.
Martin Luther King Jr., what are your dreams?
That all people will someday be brothers and sisters in a world where there is equality, justice, and peace.
What inspired you to have these dreams?
Well, considering blacks had so much hate towards them, only people of their skin color, it definitely wasn't right. It was time for a change.
What sort of discrimination did you fight against?
I experienced segregation in life when I was growing up. My parents always told me I was as good as anyone else in the world. You know, sometimes I had a hard time believing that because I was a man of color, Negro, as you say.
What did you feel about believing?
I've always felt that if you believe in yourself, you can make the world a better place and make yourself better too.
What do you mean when you say, I have a dream?
I had a dream that all men and women, black and white, will come together as one.
Martin, when were you married, and do you have any children?
June 18, 1952, to Coretta Scott, I had 4 children. Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, my people are free at last.
No, I'm not.
Oh.
What's this for?
Your sister. Come now, you can walk up to my walk in your hand.
What do you do?
Martin Luther King Jr. had to do this much of his life, and then he decided to make a change. He did many protests and gathered people and fought for their...
Emmett Till was from the North. When he went to the South into I Say Wetly, he didn't realize it was the breaking the law for blacks to come to white. A couple white men later that night came to his house and took him and killed him. After this happened, it made Martin Luther King Jr. come down and fight for the blacks.
The NAACP, or the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, was founded by W.E.B. Du Bois in 1909. Martin Luther King Jr. agreed with the NAACP and the belief. He did various marches and protests with them.
Rosa Parks also played a major role in Martin Luther King's life. When Rosa Parks got arrested for not giving her seat on the bus to a white person, Newton raped her. After Rosa Parks' story had been brought out, it brought Martin to Montgomery to help him vote.
As many of you may know, Martin Luther King Jr. made an undescribably amazing speech. This speech brought tears to many people's eyes and changed the way people felt about blacks and whites. It also made people believe that one day everyone could be.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream. My 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
Black Americans fought long and hard for their freedom. All of them risked their lives or lost their lives, also because of a society where they weren't looked at or treated differently. Everybody wants to be free. No one wants to be treated differently because...
On April 4th, 1960, at the Lorraine Hotel balcony in Memphis, Tennessee, Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. He was shot by James Earl Ray after going back to his room to rest after the speech. When everyone heard the news, everyone was devastated. Many people cried and were enraged at the man who killed him.
After Martin's death, it made people want to fight harder for the right. With Martin's inspiring speeches in their heads, they conquered the white man's power and were able to be peaceful.
If it wasn't for Martin Luther King Jr., we may still be in the same position today. He taught everyone a valuable lesson, and we can now be free.
Martin Luther King Jr. was born on January 15, 1929 in Atlanta, Georgia. He was raised alongside in a family with one brother.
You got